Now for our What in the World segment. What got my attention this week was a fatwa issued by this man, Muhammad Tahir-ul-Qadri. It wasn't a fatwa against infidels, against America, against cheeseburgers, or against Salman Rushdie's latest book. No, this fatwa was against terrorism. Now, ever since 9/11, I've asked the question, where are the mullahs, the sheikhs, with their condemnations of terrorism and jihad? And there have been some, increasingly, but never quite like this one. First off, this one weighs in at a hefty 600 pages. And while past fatwas might have hemmed and hawed about whether or not the Quran condoned terror or particular kinds of violence, this one is definitive. It says there is no theological justification for terror in Islam, and indeed such attacks are condemned by Islam. Al-Qadri says terrorists will be excommunicated from the religion. And maybe most powerfully, he says committing a terrorist attack will land the perpetrator in hell. So much for the promise of 72 virgins waiting around in heaven.
This fatwa which I have issued now is not the first step which I have taken on this direction. I wrote a voluminous book on human rights soon after 9/11, which described and elaborated the same concept at that time.
So does that mean,
was published.
Does that mean people aren't listening, that you need to keep writing it? What makes this one different, if it is different than the others?
But this time I took the decision to write a fatwa as a jurisprudential ruling which should include and which has included hundreds of authorities and evidences from Quran and from traditions of Holy Prophet and classical authorities of Islamic history, in order to explain that any good intention or any mistake of foreign policy of any country or any pretext cannot legalize the act of terrorism. And terrorism and violence cannot be considered to be permissible in Islam on basis of any excuse.
Okay.
So I have a step here.